Buongiorno, everybody, and welcome to this production of the Players Patchwork Theater Company, otherwise known as the Confused Greenies, known as in the Society for Creative Anachronism as I Verdi Confusi, in celebration of what ought to have been Pennsic 49, but is not this year because of the pandemic. We are going to be performing for you a great production that was premiered at the Performing Arts Symposium in 2019 as a result of an IRON COMMEDIA workshop. It was written primarily by a gentle who was only 10 years old at the time. And we are tremendously proud and pleased to perform for you this production entitled The Kidnapping of Arlecchino.
I have some troubles.
Well,
Oh, Lord.
people tend to be vulnerable, which tends to make them easy to exploit. So please tell me all about your troubles.
Well, you see, the trouble I have is that my son, Orazio, he wishes to marry this girl, Isabella. But you see, the trouble I have with that is Isabella, she's poor.
Yes.
And her being poor, Orazio being my son, she may be figured. If she marries my son, Orazio, she would have access through him to my money and my wealth. I can't allow that. I have to somehow get her to leave Orazio, not want to marry him. But I just know not what to do.
I have an idea. What if Orazio were to be embroiled in some sort of scandal?
Scandal.
Isabella would decide the shame wasn't worth the money and she would leave.
That just might work. So you're suggesting a made-up kind of scandal. Okay, tell me more.
So, my plan is this. Orazio kidnapped Arlecchino. Or at least that's what we tell everybody. The only catch is Arlecchino's too dumb to go along with it. But I did think of that too. You know how Arlecchino wears that stupid patchwork thing, right? Ta-da! Hi, I'm Arlecchino. I've been kidnapped. Just gonna tie me up. Like so. And for a modest fee, you've got yourself one kidnapped Arlecchino, one scandalized son, and one Isabella who will never darken your door again.
Oh, so this plan of yours, so far it looks pretty convincing. But your fee is...
well, these things don't come cheap. So I think to cover the materials fee, plus a bit of interest, I'd say 512 ducats should cover it.
512 ducats is steep. But I consider how much she might cost me in the long run being in the family. 512 just might be a bargain. All right, you have a deal, Brighella, but it needs to look more convincing.
Oh.
Okay, for Arlecchino, he needs to be roughed up a little, I think. Yes. Yeah, there's something like that, like slap him on the left, slap him on the right, and a punch in the jaw, and a kick into the bushes. Yes, that's more convincing, I think. Yes. I think I hear Isabella coming. You might have to go, quickly.
Better be worth it.
Oh, where is my beloved? Where is my sweet Orazio? I haven't seen him in so long. It's been minutes, and I'm bereft. Where could he possibly be?
Oh, the horrible shame.
Oh, Signor Pantalone, what's wrong?
Terrible. Oh, you don't know?
No, what? What's going on?
I guess it's best that I be the one to tell you.
Tell me what, Master Pantalone? What's going on here?
It's Orazio.
Orazio, what's happened? What's happened to my beloved?
It's what Orazio has done.
What he's done?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
He's kidnapped Arlecchino.
He's kidnapped poor Arlecchino. Oh
Yes,
no!
he kidnapped him, and worse, he's roughed him up.
Oh, how terrible!
And he slapped him on the right, and he punched him in the jaw, and then he kicked him off into the bushes. It was awful.
How terrible!
I am so sorry to bring you such bad news. I have to go and attend to these matters. Please
What a
pardon me.
horrible calamity! I could never marry someone who would do such a thing.
Oh, I thought I heard the sweet, lovely voice of my darling. My darling Isabella.
Orazio!
Oh, Isabella, you sound troubled, my darling.
Orazio, what have you done?
I'm sorry I was gone so long, my darling, but it really was only about 5 minutes.
Actually, it was 6.5, but that's not what's wrong.
It's not? What is?
I heard all about what you did to poor, innocent Arlecchino, who would never hurt a fly.
What I did to Arlecchino?
I heard that you kidnapped him.
I kidnapped him? I
There
don't
he
remember
is
that.
now. Oh, what he must have gone through when you kidnapped him and then slapped him on the left and slapped him on the right and punched him in the jaw and then kicked him into the bushes. The poor thing must be in such agony, and it's all your fault.
You're
You're
saying that I slapped him on the left, and I slapped him on the right, and I punched him in the jaw, and then I kicked poor Arlecchino into the bushes. Oh, my darling, I'm so sorry. I must have done these things. You would never lie to me. Oh, I'm so
Your
ashamed.
father told me all about it, and he would never
I'm so sorry, my darling. I must go.
I could never be with a man such as you. Oh.
Ah, well, I just saw Isabella running away in tears. Huh, that's good. So, how's the plan working?
Well, they certainly are buying it.
They are? Are you sure they're buying it? Are you sure they believe it? All of it?
I know a mark when I see one.
So I just want to make sure they're believing all of it. What about the rest of it, like the roughing up part of it, where it's a slap to the left, and a slap to the right, and a punch in the jaw, and a kick into the bushes. Do they believe that part too?
Yes, they believe that part. And now I think I'm entitled to some compensation for everything I've been through.
Oh, well, you see, right now all I see is Arlecchino.
What?
And, well, I certainly don't want to give 512 ducats to Arlecchino. It wouldn't look right. So I shall hold on to it for now. Yes. I'll be going. Yes.
I hate them all so much. I went to all this and Pantalone still won't pay me like he promised.
Oh, poor Arlecchino. Pantalone promised to pay you in reparation for your suffering, and
Yes,
he hasn't paid you yet?
I'm so abused.
Oh, how terrible. How terrible, you poor innocent soul. He didn't pay you for getting slapped on the left and slapped on the right and punched in the jaw and kicked into the bushes? Oh, you poor thing. This injustice cannot stand. I will demand that Pantalone pay you what he owes you. I will go to him and speak to him this instant. Justice for Arlecchino!
Oh, Arlecchino, I'm so sorry for what I did. I brought you food and drink because I know you love food and drink so much, and I am here to give it to you. I hope that you will take this as a sign of my contrition. Oh, you won't even take my offering? You can't even take my offering of food and drink that I worked so hard to prepare over the hot stove? I tried so hard, and you won't even accept my apology for slapping you on the left, and for slapping you on the right, and for punching you in the jaw, and for kicking you into the bushes. Oh, there's nothing I can do. Oh.
Must you aim for the roses every time?
Signor Pantalone, I must speak to you immediately.
What is it, Isabella?
I must speak to you about the horrible injustice and calumny that you have perpetrated upon this man who has suffered so much and deserved reparation from you for the agony that he has been put through by being kidnapped and being slapped on the left and slapped on the right and punched in the jaw and kicked into the bushes.
But I don't know what you're talking about, Isabella. I know nothing about. I don't even know this person over here. Nothing to do with him and me scheming of any kind. There's no scheming. I don't even know Brighella over here, or any fake kidnapping that was planned. I know nothing about that. I
Wait,
don't know his name. Nothing.
Brighella? Kidnapping
Oh,
Brighella?
oh.
That's Brighella. And the kidnapping, there was no kidnapping of Arlecchino because that's not Arlecchino. Orazio! Orazio, where are you, my darling? I need to talk to you right this minute.
Oh, Isabella, I'm so sorry. I can't believe what I've done. I'm so ashamed.
Oh, Orazio, don't worry about it. You have nothing to apologize for because you have done no wrong.
I didn't?
No, you didn't. You never did anything to Arlecchino. You didn't kidnap him, and you didn't slap him on the left, or slap him on the right, or punch him in the jaw, or kick him into the bushes. You didn't do any of those things.
I didn't?
No.
I'm innocent of having of done those horrible things to Arlecchino. I didn't slap him on the left. I didn't slap him on the right. I didn't punch him in the jaw. I didn't kick him into the bushes.
No, you didn't do any of that. You didn't do one single itty bitty thing.
Oh,
That
I'm so relieved.
Oh, so am I. But I'll tell you who shouldn't be relieved.
Who's that?
Is your father.
Dad.
Whose idea all of this was.
Dad.
Fake kidnapping. Wasn't it, Signor Pantalone? And if the news of this kidnapping plot, this failed kidnapping plot, gets out to the rest of Venice, you'll be a laughing stock all over Venice, possibly all over Europa. Think of what it will mean to your business, to your profits. Because I know how much your profits mean to you, Signor Pantalone. But there's a way to solve this. Isn't that wonderful? All you have to do is agree to a betrothal between your son and myself, and no one will ever hear a word of this little error in judgment on your part. So,
I think you should do it, Dad.
I think you should too. I think it's in your best interest, don't you?
I am finding myself at a loss for other alternatives.
I know. Isn't it lovely?
So I shall begrudgingly agree to a betrothal.
Oh, good. That was what I thought you would say. Orazio, darling!
We can finally get married.
Yay! Thank you, Signor Pantalone, for seeing reason. Come on, Orazio, let's go plan the wedding!
Thanks, Papa.
That did not at all go the way I had planned. And I have a feeling I have an idea as to why. This was your idea, Brighella.
But
Yours. Your idea of a kidnapping plot and everything else. And this whole roughing up as well. slap to the left and a slap to the right and a punch in the jaw, and a kick to the bushes. This failure on your part. Oh, now I'll have to go figure something else out. How to incorporate this. Good day.
Molto grazie per tutti. Thank you very much for watching. We are I Verdi Confusi in the Society for Creative Anachronism. And to our friends in the modern world, we are the Confused Greenies of Players Patchwork Theater Company. And this has been our virtual production of The Kidnapping of Arlecchino. Introduce yourselves, gentlemen.
I am James Buckley of the Cleflands, also known as Charles Mitch.
Aaron of the Cleflands.
Steve of Tiernerwith, of the March of Tiernerwith in the Barony of the Middle Marches.
And I am Aliénor de Saint-Remy of the Barony of the Cleflands. And again, we have been pleased to perform for you The Kidnapping of Arlecchino. And in honor of virtual Pennsic, we thank you for watching, and we hope to show you many more performances before this Pennsic is over and after this Pennsic is over. Thank you very much.
Thank you.